And welcome back. I hope you guys are ready to get stuck into this. So, we're looking at perimeter again, and I now move on to measuring perimeter. So, in this situation, we're using a ruler to measure the length of the sides of the shape. Now, when you use the ruler, the only time you use a ruler is if we ask you to. Usually, this is done just to get the idea of how the shape looks, but we will move on to where we actually calculate perimeter, and in those situations, we don't measure it with our rulers. So let's see what we need to do here. I'll take the ruler, my ruler, place it at that corner, and read off the measurement. And when I did that, I got 13 centimeters. All right. If you use the millimeter side, that's fine as well. That's 130 millimeters, but I'm going to work with centimeters for these examples. So that's the length of that side. Now, because this is a rectangle, the length of the opposite side, so the opposite side would be that one, that would also be 13 centimeters. We can check that with the ruler. Now, there's just two sides left, the other two short opposite sides. So, starting at that point, ending at that point, we'll place our ruler. We get a measurement. I got that to be 3 centimeters. And again, being a rectangle, if that short side is 3 centimeters, the other short side would also be 3 centimeters. All right. Nice work. The next shape is the square. Now, what's special about a square is all 4 sides are equal. So I've just basically got to measure one. The same principle. Start with the ruler at the point on the one corner and measure to the other corner. And when I did that, I got that to be 7 centimeters. Being a square, all the other sides should also be 7. And when I checked, they were. So that's 7 centimeters, that's 7 centimeters, and that's 7 centimeters. And again, we measure from corner to corner. Here we go. From that corner to that corner. Nice work. Let's look at another shape. The triangle. So with the triangle, 3-sided shape, measuring from one corner, let's start there, to that one. All right, if you look at that slanted diagonal line, I measured that to be 9 centimeters. All right, here we've got to measure all 3. So the bottom line, if I measured that, from that point to that point, I got 13 centimeters. And lastly, when I measured this one to that one, I ended up with 8 centimeters. Nice work. Let's move along. Using a ruler, measure the perimeter of the grass area, the pool, and the sand area. Where they are, there they are. So the grass, if you can see, the grass I made green, sand is in a brownish color, and of course the pool would be blue. So let's see what I need to measure. I'll start at this point for the grass. All right, go to that point, and I measure that to be 15 centimeters. Here we go. Then I'll start again, measure from there to there. All right, oh, a bit too much. Okay, from there to there, because that's the grass part. All right, and I got that to be 6 centimeters. Right, we're getting there. This piece here would be more grass from there to there. All right, that was 5 centimeters. Okay. From that point to that point, I get another 5 centimeters. From this point to that one, that would be 10. That doesn't look that way, but it certainly was. And then, of course, from there to there, I get, 11 centimeters. All right. Okay, nice work. That takes care of the grass. Now, if I look at that, the sand, I've already measured from that point to that point, I've got 5. From that point to there, I got 5. If I measured from here to there, I get 5 centimeters. And if I measured from there to there, I get another 5 centimeters. So the sand, the shape of the sand was actually a square. And finally, the pool. You can see that piece there, from that point to that point, that measures, let me write it in here, 15 centimeters. All right. If I measured from that point to that point, I got 7 centimeters. Let's see if I write it in there, 7 centimeters. And finally, the longish line there, I got to be 20 odd centimeters. All right, nice work. So the next topic we move on to is calculating perimeter. Let's get into that one. So we can use a formula to calculate perimeter. And again, in these situations, we don't use a ruler. I remind you, only use a ruler when asked to. So a square made up of two lengths that are the same. All right, because remember, that one would also be a length, and that would also be a length. So for this formula, 4 times length. The rectangle, length, breadth. Across from that length would be that one. Across from this breadth would be that one. Okay, let's make mine a little bit cursive. And that formula for that, 2 times the length plus 2 times the breadth. Then the triangle. Now, if you look at the triangle, they have 3 lengths. They're not necessarily all equal. So what we need to do there for this formula is we need to add up all 3 lengths. So if we say that's L1, that would be L2, that would be L3. It really doesn't matter, as long as you add up all 3 of those together. Let's see how we can make this work for us. So calculate the perimeter of the following shapes. We've got a square. So I know if it's a square, if they give me one measurement of 5, then all the sides measure 5. So what do? Go to my formula, replace the length with the 5, let the calculator do the work for me. Get my answer. Nice. Let's go to the next one. I've got a rectangle. So with the rectangle, same situation, substitute into the formula. There's L, there's B, and that gave me 6 meters. Nice. Calculate the perimeter of the following shape. All right, let me do this one with you. So if I want to find the perimeter, that equals L1 plus L2 plus L3, because we have a triangle. So L1, let's call it 4,5, plus L2, let's call that 2,3, and L3 I'll make 6, the final line, and I end off with 12,8 millimeters. Nice work. Let's carry on. So now we get to the conversions part. All right, there you go. Conversions. When we look at conversions, a circle has only one important measurement. That's its radius. The radius tells us how large or how small a circle is. It's the only measurement we really need. Sometimes, that's a missing S there. Sometimes we are given the diameter of the circle and are asked to find its radius. Other times, we are given the radius and are asked to find the diameter the other way. Let's see how we can make this work. So for this example, let's find the radius. If a circle has a diameter of 10 centimeters, find its radius. So to find the radius is, let's see if I click there. That's better. The radius is the diameter divided by 2. So that's 10 divided by 2. The answer I get, that's 5 centimeters. Nice work. So get an example. All right, okay. Finding the diameter now. So if a circle has a radius of 1,2 millimeters, find its diameter. So this time now, the previous question we worked without the radius. Now we're working out the diameter. So the question kind of goes the other way. So what I've got to do is I've got to say that the diameter is the radius multiplied by 2. Do you see? The other way. Opposite of division, multiplication. So 1,2 multiplied by 2, that gives me 2.4 millimeters. Nice work, everyone. Let's take a short break, and when we get back, we'll carry on. See you soon.